been a lot of information being shared in the last hour and a half, and now we want to provide the audience an opportunity if there's any experts that want to provide additional information or ask questions of our panelists. We have some roaming microphones here. Okay.
We have Roland here.
Hello, my name is Roland Diemer. I'm from Austria. I'm a consultant for sustainable mobility, and we have been quite lucky in Austria because in Austria there has started 2 years ago Europe's first modern e-mobility model region. That means the government gave 4.7 million euros in a small region with 160,000 inhabitants to make the first ideas out of e-mobility, and I was in the position to be in this process. That led to the fact that we had to develop charging infrastructure, we had to source cars, we had to look for green energy because the European approach to e-mobility, and therefore I say very much thank you to Carolin Reichert, is that e-mobility is quite connected and 100% connected with green energy. That means e-mobility and green energy from the European perspectives, they need to come close together. So what we had in Austria is that finally it boiled down. There was a system established where the public transport system in our area was free for the people which used electric cars. The electric cars has been subsidized to 30%. There was a breakdown service for all the ones who has bought these electric cars. And so you could easily start your going green with e-mobility. This boiled down finally that we now have 150 cars since 2 years. We have done with academic survey. We can tell you about the real needs of normal customers. We have probably not so many nice PowerPoints, but we have real experience. So that is quite an interesting story because a lot of questions which have been raised already here, they have been solved in our project. We have made so many obstacles. I wonder why my nose still is now in the normal color because I smashed so often against the wall, you won't believe it. And one thing what I want to give you, don't believe to what the OEM car maker is going to tell you concerning delivery times and everything. Everybody who is in the business knows exactly that if you talk to the big guys, you're gonna get the big, I don't say what's now fitting there. So this is really something where I say what I need to state, because the small firms, there are a lot of them in Europe, they make proper electric cars which fulfill all security reasons and legalizations, and that one thing is also very important. E-mobility has to deliver secure cars, whatever looks like a car and kills you while driving with 45 kilometers against the wall. This is not a positive message from e-mobility. 10 days ago, there died a very well-known scientist in UK driving an Indian electric car. So e-mobility, and this is a statement of Volkswagen where I have given also some help, e-mobility is a need to deliver secure and affordable cars, and e-mobility for us is absolutely important to reduce the CO2. For the city members, we want to reduce CO2, we want to get less traffic in the cities. And when we have less traffic, then we should talk about e-mobility. We will not sit in a traffic jam out of e-cars instead of a traffic jam with, in gas fuel-driven cars. So this is the first idea. And why we do it is to get down from CO2. And I have a son, he's 16 years old, and if I can turn a little screw to make the world better, I try to do my very best. Okay, so feel free to have questions afterwards.
Thank you. Thank you. Any other comments or questions from the audience? One over here.
This is working very good. My name is Pete Cooper. I'm from Better Place. So thanks for the recognition earlier, Lars. Better Place is a business model and infrastructure company, and I'd be glad to give a little bit more background on us afterwards. But I will say about infrastructure a few key things. Stand on the shoulders of others. Right now in the mainland China, 4 ministries, well, really the NDRC, MIIT, most, and MOF have said slow charging and battery switch are really the economically viable approach to electric vehicles and electric vehicle infrastructure going forward. In Japan, in the city of Tokyo, the Japanese federal government has funded a taxi demonstration over the last probably half a year, focusing on battery switchable taxis. And in Tokyo, it's interesting because 2% of the vehicles in Tokyo produce 20% of the emissions. And taxis require very fast recharge. Taxi drivers, as a lot of people probably know, rely on keeping their asset moving. So taxi drivers, they drive a long way. They consume the lion's share of petrol and produce the lion's share of emissions in that light vehicle segment. In California, we're doing the same thing in the Bay Area, deploying this sort of system, battery switch and slow charge at night. So what I would say is really promote the public-private partnerships, because the private money, there's a lot of private money out there, and you have to unlock that value, and doing things to unlock that value are really critical. Allowing competition, as Colin said, is absolutely vital to unlock that value, to unlock the value that's sitting in a battery that is otherwise an asset. That we have emerging partnerships with energy trading companies to take the value today of that battery asset and bring it to the marketplace. So I would say open that playing field, write legislation and regulatory change that opens up that playing field for operators like the telcos who have revolutionized communication in the last 20 years. Lay a strong foundation for the future. Participate in, develop, adopt, and participate in the evolution of the international standards for infrastructure. Eliminate the barriers to charge access, as Colin said, and in the end, that infrastructure has to be inexpensive, and it has to be economically viable, and the models that support it have to be economically viable. So I encourage you to come by afterwards and have a chat if you like. Thank you.
Thank you for those comments.